Next on Sledhead 24/7, the annual shootout at Snowshoot. Our test riders travel to West Yellowstone for the latest news on the 2012 sleds. We rode Groomed Trail sleds, touring snowmobiles, rough trail ditch bangers, utility sleds, crossover machines, and mountain sleds. Find out what snowmobile we award Sled of the Year.
You know, for those of you that don't know what Snowshoot is where all four manufacturers bring all of next year's snowmobiles here. This year, we get to test them, we get to put them through the paces, we get to pound on them, we get to evaluate them, and we're going to tell you what is the best snowmobile money can buy next year in 2012.
Yeah, we just got to see what we're going to ride next. Hey, and the most important group right here.
Up first, the Groomed Trail class, the Yamaha Vector RS.
There again, they put the EPS in another one of their chassis. And I tell you what, that does make a huge difference. When you're riding the groomed trails, it's so much easier to steer. The thing's positive steering, but it's easy to steer.
That says it all. Remember now, we're going groomed trail. We're going to go put on hundreds of miles. Last thing I want is arm pump. I don't want fatigue, because it's all about groomed trail, baby, man. I'm putting on tons of miles. I want to have no effort in the steering. That's exactly what that had. EPS, power steering.
It's fantastic. I mean, if I'm going to go put a bunch of miles on, I'm going to get on a Vector.
Next, the all-new Artic Cat Pro Cross F1100.
Now this thing is so radical, it looks like it's something right out of Star Wars. You talk about just incredible looks, the lines, how sleek it is. It laid so flat. I could go into the corners, jam the bars, accelerating, and it didn't push, and not many snowmobiles can do that. I can't say anything negative about it because it would be a lie.
Another sled in the lineup is the Skidoo XC X600 E-Tech.
Now remember, this is their premier bump sled in the 600. This thing has just got bad to the bone ditch bang written all over it. We thought, let's see if we can take this thing and make it civilized and give it some groomed trail manners.
There's a position, very easy to change, a bolt. We took a bolt out of the rear shock, dropped it down, put it in, and softened it up. It's just a nice, easy riding groom and bump sled.
Finally, the Sledhead 24/7 best-in-class groomed trail sled is the Polaris 600 Rush.
Boy, did they do their homework. They're getting an A+. That thing laid so flat in the corners. Remember, rushes in the past, we can't always say that. Homework's done. Take it out of the box, get on it and ride it.
I mean, anybody who rode one of the old ones, it would be unreal. They won't even think it's the same brand sled. It's so different. It's so nice.
The balance on a Rush 600 this year is absolutely perfect. I didn't need to do anything. I'm not down there adjusting front limiter straps. I'm not doing adjusting on the torsion springs. They've got it out of the box. Perfect.
Touring snowmobiles are the luxury sleds of the group and designed to travel the trails 2 up. The Artic Cat TZ1 Turbo Touring.
Now remember, last year, that was our sled of the year for a very good reason. It was the nicest touring snowmobile we've ever ridden, and everybody agreed, period.
This thing is a blast. Stable, smooth. The motor is just awesome, this turbocharged motor. I mean, it feels big. I mean, it's a big sled, but it is fun to drive.
Next, the Polaris IQ Turbo LXT.
What really comes back to mind is the performance of it. That thing has got great bottom end. I mean, it does handle. If you're used to sitting on a Polaris and used to riding the IQ, it's like going back home. It feels the same. It feels good. I mean, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that some of them have, but it's just a nice, functional touring snowmobile.
It's in the IQ chassis. I'd like to see it in like some new innovative chassis, and maybe that's something to come.
You know, now we're coming down to the end. We got to pick something, we got to pick a winner, and that's my favorite part of the show. What I like is technology. I like innovation. And what did Yamaha bring? That's exactly what they brought to the table. Innovation technology, power steering.
This year, the best in class for the touring category is the Yamaha Venture.
The power steering on this thing is just fantastic. Effortless steering. This 3-cylinder 4-stroke, the thing is just smooth as can be. The Yamaha Venture is my pick. They made so many nice changes. I enjoyed riding the sled. It's 100 times better than it was.
I want the driving experience to be something you remember. And how do you manage that? How do you acquire that feat and make it perfect? power steering. If I'm gonna go put on a bunch of miles, take a person with me on the back, I'm gonna go buy the Yamaha Venture.
When Sledhead 24/7 returns to Snowshoot, who's the best of the best? We'll reveal the coveted Sled of the Year award. But first, time to put the working class to the test as we grade the utility sleds. Sledhead 24/7 is brought to you by Amsoil, the first in synthetics. By Artic Cat, share our passion. Loctite, the professional's choice. And by Polaris, terrain domination.